Hello, this is a drawing tutorial using two-point perspective, which is an advanced technique to show depth or give an illusion of space in a drawing. And this technique is how to draw tiled checkered flooring like this. Okay, so you'll need a plain piece of paper, a good eraser, pencil, and some sort of ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can fold a piece of paper twice to make a straight edge there. Okay, and for any perspective drawing, you always start with a horizon line. And this is the line where your eye level is, and it's a line that goes from left to right, perfectly horizontal. And up above here would be like the sky or the background, and down here would be like the floor or the land. Okay, and then for two-point perspective, you use two vanishing points, so one on the left and one on the right, and those are important for what we're going to do next. And then for the tiled flooring, what you do, we're going to put a series of parallel horizontal lines, and they're going to start out really teeny tiny and close together towards the horizon line, and then as you draw each one, just move the ruler down a little bit more to create a bigger space. Okay, this will give the illusion of depth, and it'll make like it's going farther back into space until it fades at the horizon line there. So I'm just double checking to make sure my ruler is completely parallel to the original horizon line, and then I'm also checking that each space gets slightly bigger. And bigger. Okay, and this will probably be my last one that I can fit. And the biggest gap here, and then it'll be like it continues off onto the page. So you could just leave it like that, but then the next part is where it can really give the checkered effect, okay? So at the top of my paper here, or top of my horizon line, I am going to just put a little tick measuring mark at every, let's say, ½ inch. You can decide what the measuring scale you want. It could be every inch, every ¼ inch, depending on how tiny you want, every 1.5 inches, you pick, okay? So that'll give the original tiles an equal measurement there. Okay, and then I'm gonna start with one kind of in the middle, and I'm gonna have it as if it's like a hallway floor and it's fading out at us. So starting here, I'm going to make a bigger gap. So already right there, it's like a pathway that you could just walk back into. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to all these other little tick mark measuring points that I've made. And I'm going to continue them off the side. And these are also going to get smaller and thinner as they recede towards the horizon line. And wow, do you see how that's already creating an illusion of space or depth there? Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing over here on this side. So I'm switching my ruler, lining it up at that vanishing point, and a tip is this should be the biggest section, and then it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes back towards the horizon line. So again, if I'm thinking here, this is the widest tile, so I'm gonna make this one slightly more narrow. And I'm gonna keep sliding my ruler, lining it up at those ½ inch marks. And I'm making sure that the spaces are getting smaller and smaller as they recede towards the horizon line. Voila, and there you have it. You could leave your flooring like that, or what you will do is color in every other grid to make it look like a checkered flooring pattern. So that means I like to make a little tiny light mark at every other spot so I don't mess up, so I know where I need to add color, and then you'll just slowly take your time. It'll seem like it'll take forever, but it'll be so worth it in the end, because the floor here is going to look amazing and so realistic because you use these 2-point perspective drawing skills to create depth and an illusion of space. So there you have it. This is the tutorial on how to create a 2-point perspective checkered flooring.